Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Verdant, which, like I said in the run-through, is the newest game by Flat Out Games, even though at this point in time they were already on Kickstarter for another game called...
Just one?
I think so. I think it's called Fit to Print, but I don't know much about it. So Flat Out Games is a company that made both Calico and Cascadia, which, I mean, I think Cascadia was like Game of the Year or the Kennerspiel or something like that. It's just been...
It was high up there at least.
It was getting rave reviews whenever it came out. Calico, I think, is also phenomenal. Flat Out Games is a company that basically I will just blindly back because they are the perfect balance in my mind of light but still puzzly. Mm-hmm. That you don't feel like you're going through the motions whenever you're playing the game, and it's just rewarding the entire time. So I think they knocked it out of the park once again with Verdant. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of Verdant?
I think it's so cute, and it sounded like you said the dent.
Of the Dant.
Check your cars. I think it's adorable and fun.
Yeah?
All I can ask for in a game.
Cool. Brett?
Agreeing with both of you. For the most part, it does have... So, it is a game that has enough complexity and enough options that it can be a highly strategic one, but it really doesn't lend itself to plotting that much.
Yeah.
But I can see that if two people wanted to get into a highly competitive game, they could do that.
Yeah.
And would not be disappointed.
Right.
On the other, instead of time limit, like 3 minutes per turn. Which sounds ludicrous, but I mean, you could really think that and strategize where this goes, and do I really want this, and is this the right time, and save up the resources.
Right. Yeah, you are. There is enough forward planning. It's kind of a good mix, I think, of both of their previous games, because like Calico has that planning of the patterns that it's like, okay, I kind of want to put these in a very specific way, but then also has the lightness of Cascadia.
Yeah.
Just because of the sheer, I'm taking a card and a token. Just like in Cascadia, I'm taking a tile and a token.
Right. And they both have mitigating ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a good feature because it allows you to strategize more.
Exactly. Yeah, because, I mean, there's going to be times where you don't have green thumb tokens and the cards aren't ideal, but...
One of the cards has 4 green thumbs. So you
so you're like, okay, well... And I think in Cascadia they had those tokens, the pinecone tokens, which gave you mitigation. Mm-hmm. And you're not always going to get what you want, but there's no really wrong choice. It's like, okay, because like
till the very end, then there's crap. I just want one thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, think of it like because I got 2 points for each missing room type, but just the way the cards were coming out, it made it basically impossible for me to get as much points off of that. But it's like, okay, well, fine. I'll take that room type, and then I'll place a plant next to it, so then I can get 2 points for my on vacation card. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like, well, my game's over,
Yeah.
And
there's so much to keep track of. I just absolutely was guessing at the final scores and just happened to get one.
And you just happened to get it right, which I think I don't have the sheet anymore, but I think that's pretty on average for the scores that Kat and I have gotten is around the 60s, 70s. It was so funny because as we were adding them up, I was like, it was just going in waves. It was like, because Kat got 30 points for the plants, you got 27, I got 24. Then it was like 4, 3, 5, 7, 6, 2. It was so close. Like for the rooms, it was 9 points for you, 14 for Kat, 15 for me. Mm-hmm. Then for the unique items, 16, 12, 9.
Yeah.
And then the goals, like, I don't think these are going to be like super broken because I think just the nature of the game is not going to allow you to be like color pairs, 80 points,
No, it's well balanced in that respect as well.
It really is. I 100% think, if I'm not mistaken, that the cover, I think their original design didn't have a calico on it, but it did have a cat. I think people were commenting throughout the Kickstarter like, you've made calico, why wouldn't you put a calico cat on the cover of the box? And then they ended up doing it.
I guess because it's a different game.
But it's a nice homage to a previous game that they got because the cat on the cover of the Calico box is not a Calico.
It's true.
And it's like, what's wrong with you guys? How'd you mess that up?
And this one isn't a Verdant cat.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Damn it!
A lot of plants, though. I will say, I don't think that this is the prettiest game ever made.
Oh.
Like, I would have liked it if the rooms had some... I guess they do have overall design.
Well, they got like a wallpaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have some kind of little art or decoration.
That's
or
kind of...
something.
And I kind of... They went for substance over style just because if they did try and make it like an actual room, I think it would have just muddied up the game.
Too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
The primary focus isn't on the rooms,
And also, I
but
think
they are important.
it's going to help you identify the corner
Yeah.
better. So
That is true.
I
yeah.
like that it's clean. It's a clean look. Like
It's very clean. Yeah, it's very streamlined.
Yeah.
I'm really nitpicking at this. Like that'd be a nitpick. Just
Oh, yeah.
like it's like I think the plants all look great, and I love the fact that they put in flavor text
Yeah.
or little facts about them.
yeah.
Too many of these games don't do that. Of course, it's like here's your plant, but it adds some life to the game where you're like, oh, I didn't know that the corpse flower did that. Yeah. Versus just if it didn't, and you're just playing for points.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then it's just abstract
exactly.
without that those realistic touches.
Exactly.
And it just occurred to me, it doesn't occur to me always, but sometimes it occurs to me that they do use a symbology so that colorblind people can play just as well.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, you're right. At least the colors aren't just a flat color. Like there is some pattern on it, and then the different icons. It's just like, okay, the cactus icon is burgundy.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, do you guys have any negatives on the game?
Not really.
Just for me, and again, it's kind of a nitpicky thing because I can't think of any other way to do it, but just the sheer number of tokens and exchanges between them is fiddly and a little bit
Yeah.
much for this type of game, because otherwise turns go really, really quick. But then
They do.
Gotta grab a token, put it here, flip a card, put out another token,
Yeah.
rearrange this, and then I got 3 there, so I change that for another one.
Yeah, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot of extra stuff when all you did was just place a card.
Right.
Yeah.
But
No, that's a good point because I when we were first playing, I always forgot to place a green thumb token out on the other card, and it's like so it's nice when other people you're playing with like other people who that's what they do. It's like okay, I took the card, so someone do the bag, and then other person place the green thumb, so then I can
so none of it gets left out.
yeah, everyone's involved. This is also one of those games of competitive nature that I enjoy. Like, yeah, you could hate draft. You could just be like, oh, I know you specifically need this item. Like,
That's hard to do because it's hard enough to keep track of what you're trying to do and trying to keep track of what
yeah,
other people are.
Yeah, it's enough.
It's hard to do it intentionally.
Right.
It's easy to feel that way.
Yeah, but there's times because you took like the not the burgundy, the orange bookshelf
decoration.
and I was sitting there and I was like,
And I kept it for a long time because I didn't have any orange rooms.
right. But then you were also taking burgundy rooms when I needed them. But I finally looked up and I was like, oh, he has a lot of burgundy rooms.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Trying to get 3.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I feel like if
But
you're
I
gonna
wasn't
play,
surrounding them with the right kinds of plants, so...
yeah, it was interesting because if you're playing any of their games and getting upset, you need to do some self-reflection because none of their games warrant this to be aggressive in any way.
What if this was
Yeah.
like a plug for BetterHelp? Like we're sponsored.
Yeah, I wish because then I'd actually be making money.
No, they're gonna get sued.
But again, I could see people getting highly competitive and very strategic because, excuse me, the rules and the complexities allow it, but the theme and the speed of it really doesn't promote it.
Yeah, I think that
Like chess. Chess can be played real quick by people, by amateurs, or somebody could spend 20 minutes thinking out their move.
they can. And funny enough, you bring up chess because there's a lot of controversy around the chess world right now.
Yeah, I know.
But
Cheating at chess? How the hell?
butt plugs.
I've got the ace of spades. Damn it, wrong game.
The I don't know this, especially this theme. If someone was getting hyper competitive, I'd be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna not play with you.
Let's
like you need to
take a
calm
break.
down.
Yeah, but again, I'm not saying it's not intended to be that way, but it could be if people wanted to. And
True.
that's, again, a level of design
I think
genius.
that's any game, though. Like, any game could play... Like, Quacks of Quedlinburg, someone could just take that way too seriously and hyper-competitive, and it's like, dude, like, calm down.
No, there's not nearly as much interaction between, there's not a general pool,
Yeah,
except for the cards, but those are virtually unlimited.
right.
Special.
In comparison... Oh, Kat, did you have any... Oh, you said not really. In comparison to their other games, so Calico and Cascadia, how would you guys rank them?
Which one was Cascadia?
Cascadia is the nature one, the one where you had the patterns of the animals, so like eagles or bears, and you needed them to be in certain
And you
like
take
patterns to get victory
hexagons.
points, and you take hexagons to make terrains. So obviously that one's at the bottom for you because
Yeah.
you didn't remember
That's
it.
the second time you've had to explain it, and I'm like,
That's true.
So, yeah.
Oh man.
I only played Calico a couple of times, and I didn't really catch on to the strategy.
Oh
part
yeah,
of
you
it
taught
yet.
me that game.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember you.
Oh, and I did it wrong, too.
Yeah.
That was the one that I got all wrong.
Yeah, that was like one of the first games I played with you.
I would
Actually.
put bottom to top, Cascadia, Calico, Verdant.
Do you like this one the best?
I do.
I think so. I think, yeah. Yeah.
Same as her.
Yeah.
I'm
Calico, I'm not sure because
yeah.
I can't really judge it.
For both,
But they're all good.
they are all good. They're all like I think Cascadia we all gave like
7
an
or
8, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I'm flipping them. Like Cascadia is also at the bottom, but then I think I'd put this one then Calico.
That's fair.
Just because I really like the puzzle restrictive nature. But this one also kind of hits that where if you're not placing them in certain like if you're not being spatially aware and you're like I'm not getting any plants next to the rooms that I need, but it's also not the hardest thing to do.
Right.
You're just gonna be
And it's
very
not worth a ton of
restrictive.
points to do that either. It's a nice
Yeah.
little bonus.
Yeah, and the plants that you take, like, I like the fact that the verdancy is... It makes sense. It's like, okay, this one is... Well, it's interesting because it's like this black-eyed vine is 7 verdancy for 9 points. Mm-hmm. The snake plant is 7 verdancy for 7 points. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, okay, well, wait a minute, why are they the same verdancy but one's worth more? It's because the black-eyed vine specifically needs just sunlight,
Yep.
whereas the snake plant needs all 3, so it's just easier to...
Yeah. I got the same thing
to get
going on.
them. So I like that because there's
Yeah.
like you can go super high verdancy for high points, but then you're really going to be like, I need fertilizer,
Yeah.
like a lot. And this is like one of the first games with a drawbag that I don't feel dicked over. Well, because like there's some games where it's like like Calico for example, you're like I just need one very specific pattern, and if it doesn't come out, I'm going to cut my wrists, and it did come out. And here, it's just I don't know because you have so much more versatility with the tokens. The fact that you can also store one away.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, like I know I need that. Like, I can't. I want this yellow or I want this blue one, but I don't have a blue room. Okay, I'm still gonna take this and I'm just gonna store it till the blue room comes out.
But you only store one.
Yeah.
So I was forced to put one on a room I didn't want to.
Yeah.
So that I could have another one.
Yeah. And I did too, and sometimes it's not even the worst option.
No.
Because like placing the dog here, that gave me the pair of colors I needed for the goal.
Excellent.
What do you guys think of the goals?
I liked them.
I did too.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah. Gave you
Well-
kind of like a theme for your overall room.
Yeah.
Funny enough, randomly, both of mine were about colors, and then I'm on vacation, so I'm a very bright person who goes on vacation. And I also like the fact that there's 3 different types. There's just
Right.
you get room, item,
Right.
and plants.
Right. At first, I was. Nah,
Yeah, it's like, oh,
3
man,
more things to
3
think about
things,
with
yeah.
all of these draws, but actually, I think I totally forgot about one of them.
And it also,
The other 2 were in the back of my mind as I was thinking, but it wasn't.
yeah, for a game like this where you have a lot to think about, it's fitting. I feel
Yeah.
that even though it's
Yeah.
3 goals, they're so simple.
Oh yeah.
But still enough. It's not like you got these 3 and you're like, okay, how am I going to do this? It's almost like Sagrada level.
Yeah, that's good.
Goals.
And as you said, that they're not breaking in the amount of points that they
Yeah,
want.
yeah. Someone might swing maybe 10 points, but that was kind of like their whole thing.
Yeah.
They also have. Where are you?
Fertilizer goals. We also have T-shirt goals.
Yeah, so so that is yeah, I was looking up something else but couldn't find it.
Okay.
But
That.
yeah, I don't really have anything else. Like very
Good quality cards, good quality components, which is standard, but because we have seen some really, really poor things, it's worth calling out.
oh, that's so funny. Hey, we played with a different rule set. The 3 cards were supposed to be public. There's just supposed to be one of each for everyone to go after. But I gave everyone personalized.
Well, that was nice of you.
Yeah, well,
It's a versatile game.
Cool.
well, it worked because there's so many cards in there that I was thinking for each type that I was like, oh, surely everyone just gets personal objectives. I thought that was more fun. Like, I actually liked the fact that everyone had personal objectives.
Yeah, you know what? If they're all public, that lends itself more to the hate drafting.
I would agree, yeah. So there you go. I guess that's a variant you can play if you.
Go on the forum real quick. Add it as a variant. You invented it.
They also show you where the houseplants go.
Oh, very nice.
World map.
On the planet.
Go in your hand.
On the planet. Surprisingly enough, yeah, they go on your thing. And then they also have a bunch of achievements that you can do, like for a standard game, like score 70 plus points. Okay. I just like stuff like that. It just gives like more replayability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then no idea what this is. They also have scenarios. I forgot about that.
Oh, wow.
Like if they have 15 scenarios, and it's like so, like you choose. That's why they had letters on here. So you choose goal cards A, and B, and then a minimum score of 70. And I'm not 100% sure on what these symbols are, but they added a lot, and a solo mode, and a family mode.
Aww.
So that's just one of the things of
Is
this.
that what they're calling cooperative now? Family mode?
No, I think it's just
Little baby mode.
I never read the rules for that just because
Ignore the rooms.
I don't like families. just whatever points you want, just get them. No, that's something about this company that I really like. Is like they put a lot of game in a small box.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're all well thought out.
Yeah.
And they played.
Yep. So they are killing it. Very much think they hit the nail on the head with this one. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you guys give Verdant?
10. I'm not afraid to say it.
That's embarrassing.
I'm afraid to say it.
That's
But I will say 8.
8. That's where I'm at as well. I think Verdant's a solid 8. Yeah. I mean, it's. I think. Funny enough, I think I gave Calico and Cascadia 8s as well. Like they're all in that same vein. It's just if I had to rank them, that's what I would put them at.
8.1, 8.2.
Right, where it's arbitrary at that point.
Yeah.
So, you guys got anything else? All right.
Thanks.
Well, that's our thoughts on Verdant. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.